Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a telephone that we did an initial checkout video of. This is a Kellogg Red Bar telephone, and Michelle and her husband sent this in from California. Now this telephone is actually a intercom telephone, and most of these were brown, but this one is black, and the dial on here I said was an 11 dial, not like a regular home telephone. The regular home telephones, Kellogg's had a number 10 dial in them, and then they had the intercom phones had a little button here that you could ring your party. And basically what we did was I redesigned this dial. There's no reason not to use the dial, so I redesigned it so that the points were in a closed position like a regular telephone instead of in an open position. If you would have taken this dial before I redesigned it and tried to use it on a telephone, a regular telephone, it would not have worked. It's not compatible. I also had to move up the finger stop. It was back here, and instead of dialing a 1, you would have dialed a 2, and so on. If you would have dialed a 2, you would have dialed a 3. So the finger stop had to be moved up also. There's a lot of work involved in redesigning the dial, but there's no reason to try to get rid of this dial if it's the original, and just because it was a number 11, there's no reason to not redesign the dial so that it would work as a home phone dial or a regular number 10 dial for a regular phone. Basically, the telephone is finished up. We've got a center, it was missing the center dial sticker, and we've got one in there that says Selecto phone by Kellogg, and then whoever's number it was number 3. So whatever party that was for, like say an intercom, their number would have been 3. But it's a little grainy, but you can print these off the internet. You can also buy them. You can always contact me, and I'll tell you some companies that sell these. But I went ahead and just printed them one. What's fun about this is you just turn this the silver center plate dial. You can see where there's a notch out in it, and you just turn it counterclockwise, and it'll pop right out. And you can always put any kind of dial center plate that you want in there, and so that's what's kind of neat about it and kind of fun. You can print different ones, or you can buy different ones and set them in there, so that's not a big issue. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and ring the phone, and I'm going to let that ring a couple times. I'm going to pick it up. The towel that it's laying on sometimes squelches the bell. So that should be good. We're going to go ahead and answer the phone. Now this receiver has a totally different receiver capsule in it and a totally different microphone. This telephone, in the earlier video I said we were going to talk with a customer and we were going to put a new style board in there but yet have the old style rotary. Let's go through our numbers. I'm going to end up with a 2. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the line cord and put it in a regular phone line. You should be able to hear that dial tone from across the room, or maybe even across the street. I'm going to dial a time and temp number. This is a cool telephone. You can see the red bar right there.
Drive one and you'll know. At Augunsburg Ford in Belleville and O'Fallon. Today is Tuesday, September 21st. The time is 11:12. Current temperature 81 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the
Watch this.
area. partly
I'm going to push this little button.
chance of showers and thunderstorms, lows in the upper
Music on hold.
Wednesday, cloudy, chance of morning showers, partly
Push the little button again and music on hold will go off. So that's what's cool about this. We'll dial a 2. Hear that?
Sorry, your call did not go through. Please try your call again.
Music on hold. So now this telephone, have you ever been talking to somebody and you just want to kind of put them on hold? Well, now you can. And with this antique telephone, you basically can put people on hold. And only really important people back in those days could put you on hold. So now you can play real important. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the handset. And I want to dial a 2 because I want to make the dial tone go away, but I want you to be able to hear the music on hold. Now I'll push the button again, and it'll go off. So basically what that does is just put someone on hold, and that's a pretty cool function. And you can see the red bar here, and it's really a neat phone. Let's dial a 2 and check for transmit. Every time you see that red light, that's 100% modulation on the analyzer. Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello, hello. So we know all that's working. I'm going to pick up the telephone. I have it apart. And what's really cool about these red bars is they just have a little slot cut out, and there's a pin in the back that fits in the slot. So it's a single screw. And that's all that holds the body on. So that's a cool ideal. Western Electric always used 2 screws here, one here and one in the back. But as you can see, this works just as well, if not better, and it's a little simpler. You can see the dial and everything. There's the back of the switch where music on hold is. There's the dial that we redesigned, and our lines came coming off of them going to our main board. We also had to change the bell and put a different bell in this telephone because the other bell is on a different frequency. It's set up for an intercom system. We got a cap here for the network. We've rewired everything. This is some other stuff here, the line cord that I'm going to show you in a minute. But that gives you some kind of ideal what the telephone looks like inside. So we kind of mixed some new with the old. And I'm going to go ahead and get some dial tone here. And I want to show you something. You can probably hear that dial tone. There's a little switch here, and you're going to notice the volume on the dial tone go down. It just went down. Up, down, up, down, up. So that gives you a little idea of what the inside looks like now. And it all worked out, and we're well on our way to finishing up this telephone. The other thing that I wanted to show you was I wanted to show you the line cord. This line cord is basically a cloth cord, and we want to try to save that cloth cord for the customer. But there's also a neat little encasement that encases this little plug here that has the fin plugs on them that goes into where the intercom would connect up to this telephone, kind of like plugging into a telephone jack, only it was a little different, and you can see how it's shaped. But it has a neat little box, and I was thinking that if these fins were disconnected inside and maybe put all back together again, and then having a line cord, a short pigtail come out, that you could still see how they plugged the phones into the intercom system in the old days. I will talk to the customer about that, or we can just get rid of this and pigtail a short piece of modular cord to this line. But it would be kind of cool to see this telephone the way it was when and the way it looked back in the days when it was used as an intercom telephone, and that was the way. That's kind of unique. You don't see that often because you don't see a lot of intercom phones around anymore. But that's just kind of unique, and we'll talk it over. But with a customer, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair. This is a Kellogg Red Bar telephone now. It used to be a Red Bar Kellogg intercom, a Selecto phone. So This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.